we are again at Penn Chasers East Passage. But tonight, we're going to get our balls all liquored up. That's right. We're going to be testing alcohol. Alcohol and simple green mix. We're going to see which is the best cleaner out of those two. Let's hope we can get those balls drunk tonight.
Ball Cleaner Showdown. Alcohol versus simple green and alcohol 50-50 mix. In this cleaner showdown, I'll be trying the Bowler's Old Standby Cleaner, ordinary isopropyl alcohol, and the popular do-it-yourself cleaner, the 50-50 mix of simple green and alcohol. Warning: while alcohol and simple green are both individually USBC approved for use during bowling, the mixture of the two is not technically approved for any use, due to it never having been submitted for approval testing. So use with caution. I'll be using the same frame-by-frame cleaning procedure as I used in my other videos. What you see here is just an example of the oil that was coming back on my ball at the beginning of bowling and what was coming back on my ball at the very end of bowling after 3 games. Alright, here we are at the end of the first game. I've used about the same amount of cleaner on both towels. As you can see, both cleaners have removed about the same amounts of oil and grime from the ball. Also at this point, both balls still feel reasonably tacky on their surface. Here at the end of the second game, as you can see, both cleaners still seem to be removing about the same amounts of oil and grime from the ball. Though I have noticed the surface of the ball cleaned with the simple green mix doesn't seem to be quite as tacky as it was earlier. On the other hand, the ball cleaned with alcohol still seems to have about the same amount of tack as it did at the start of the night. Alright, here we are at the end of the 3-game series, and it's a close call. Both cleaners have removed very similar amounts of oil and grime from the ball's surface. The ball cleaned with the simple green mix, though, the surface doesn't seem to feel as tacky as it did as the beginning of the night. As for the ball cleaned with just the alcohol, though, the surface is still fairly tacky, just like it was at the beginning of the night. So far, it kind of looks like alcohol by itself actually has just a little more of an edge, apparently.
Alright, I used both of these balls tonight. The Badass, I used it for 2 games. Third game, I had to switch to the DV8 Dude here. Both have been cleaned all night with the mixture of simple green and 91% alcohol. As with the other cleaners, the track lines are still visible in the ball, so it didn't remove any of that. Now I'm going to test using the white paper towel. Here's an example of what it looks like to start with. And I'm going to use to clean the ball now to see if there's any residue left. I'm going to use some of that purple stuff and see if it removes, if there was anything left by the simple green alcohol mixture. Alright, I have the towel well coated with some of that purple stuff. Now I'm going to start wiping. I'm going to make 2 passes around the entire ball. All right. Well, as we can see here, I can see my fingers right in it. We got some black, 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 black around the palm here. We got some residue on that ball. Put a little extra drop on there. Now I'm going to do the deviate dude the same way. Well, we got even more off. A little bit more here, some more here, and some more here. I'll put up a close-up picture of this so you can see it. But from the looks of this, the simple green mixture, while it did take some of the oil and stuff off the surface, it left quite a bit of dirt and grime. I'm assuming still in the pores. Okay, here we are again. We bowled 3 full games tonight. I wiped the ball off with nothing but 91% alcohol tonight. I cleaned it after every single shot. The alcohol was doing pretty good. Got quite a bit of dirt off there. Now we're going to sit there and see just what kind of residual grime was left on the ball. Use the purple stuff again. Now let's see what's left on this ball. Make 2 full passes around the ball. Okay. Well, surprising results compared to what the simple green and alcohol did. I can see some traces like here and here. Not really that much. It looks like the 91% alcohol actually did a pretty decent job. I'll provide you with a better quality picture of that up close, especially after I let it dry out some, so we don't have the wetness doesn't make it look any darker. But from that little bit there, 91% alcohol didn't do too bad a job. It cleaned the ball. It didn't leave too much residual on there. Admittedly now, lanes might not be real dirty either. If you have a lot dirtier lane, might be a lot different result. If you have a heavy belt mark on it, might be a little different. I've cleaned belt marks off before with alcohol. It took a little extra, depending on how bad it was. It'd take a little extra scrubbing. It'd get it off. A lot of the ball cleaners would take it off a lot faster, though. But considering we had no belt marks tonight, we're just taking off oil and what surface dirt there was. It did a pretty good job. That's 3 games, and that's all that was left. Just a little bit right there. Uh, Not bad. So, anybody says that alcohol is not a cleaner, well, they're wrong. It is a cleaner. Actually, what it is a solvent. It didn't get the track lines out of the ball, but then again, pretty much none of the other over-the-counter ball cleaners did either, with the exception of just a couple of ones that you can't use during bowling anyway. So alcohol is a viable alternative. It's better than nothing.
Alright, here is the side-by-side comparison of the towels I used in the residue test, with the surprising result that the simple green mix seems not to have cleaned the ball as good as just the plain 91% alcohol did. As you can see, the simple green towel has quite a bit more dirt on it that I got off the ball than I did off the ball that was just cleaned with the alcohol by itself. Here is a contrast enhanced picture of the towels. As you can see, the simple green mix left noticeably more residual grime on the ball. This, I think, is why the ball seems to feel less tacky than the ball that was just cleaned with the plain alcohol. Okay, as far as the smell is concerned, alcohol smells like alcohol, obviously. The simple green mixture smells mainly like a bathroom cleaner to me. Simple green by itself is made with a sassafras smell, according to the literature, which is kind of like a root beer type smell. Now, that smell combined with alcohol, I don't think is a particularly pleasant smell, but it's not super strong, so unless you get just a real straight whiff of it, it probably wouldn't bother you too much there. I don't particularly care for it, but, well, that's the way it is. Okay, conclusions. Isopropyl alcohol is widely used as a solvent, and it is used as a cleaning fluid in many applications, especially for dissolving oils. So yes, it will remove oil from your ball. When used as a cleaner, alcohol does okay on the ball surface at removing oil and immediate surface grime. The higher percentage alcohol, like 91%, work the best. Lower percentages, like 50%, contain more water and are less effective because of that. Alcohol evaporates fast, which is both a pro and a con. Evaporating fast lets the surface dry quickly, but it doesn't let it penetrate deeply, so it won't deep clean the pores and can leave some grime still there. Alcohol is a cheap cleaner and is widely available. It's been around for a long time for cleaning balls, and not just balls. You can clean your finger holes out, your thumb hole, the bottom of your shoe if necessary. And keeping the ball clean can't be stressed enough. So cleaning with alcohol is, as I said, better than cleaning with nothing. As for the 50-50 mix of simple green and alcohol, which has been a long-standing do-it-yourself cleaner, has been considered an effective one. Over the years, variations of the mix have surfaced, mostly ones just containing more water, but the 50-50 mix is still considered the best. Simple green by itself does clean the ball also, but is slow to evaporate depending on conditions at time of use. and I feel it leaves a slight film on the ball, which can require extra rubbing to remove. The addition of the alcohol is what helped in this regard, by speeding up the drying time and by either removing the film or lessening it. The surprising thing with the 50-50 mix was the amount of residual grime left on the ball. My thought is that to remove that grime, it needs more time on the ball's surface to break it down so you can wipe it off faster. That residual grime, I believe, explains why I felt the ball wasn't as tacky as it should have been as I used it through the night. While this may be due to other factors, I believe it's something to be noted, because you don't want that grime carrying over to the next night of bowling. The overall conclusion is, if you don't have or can't afford a off-the-shelf purpose-made ball cleaner, then either of these two simple cleaners would do. Just note that they have limitations. If I had to choose one, I'd just go with alcohol, at least because it is something you could use legally during bowling. And that's all for this ball cleaner showdown.